Okay, we're at Southern National in the ARCA series this week, so I've got some qualifying coming up right here on this first lap, hot lap. So we'll watch it and then we'll break it down and then we'll talk about the race. Alright, so 14.47. This is obviously going to depend on, track times are going to depend on track temperature. And here it's 82 degrees out and it's nighttime. So track temperature is going to be, it's going to be pretty cool. I don't know if it's going to be a day race or a night race. I'm going to check that later. If it's a day race, I'll probably add to this video. It'll be at the end. But let's take a look at that lap. So starting off with just a high line, kind of making the straightaway as long as possible. Here I'm really working on getting on full throttle, straightening the wheel up, and I'm at full throttle as the wheel's getting straighter. It's already starting to chirp at the start-finish line. It's a short gear. And we are getting onto the brake pretty quickly. It's really not that much longer than after the start-finish line. But it's before this shadow here. So we're at about 45% brake. See, we're doing it way before the shadow. And we're just holding that into the turn. And it gets less as we get into the turn because I want to still carry some speed through the corner. Put some more wheel into it. And then we're already on partial throttle. So we get down to the white line and then we're pretty much switching from the brake to the gas. So we're down at the white line, come off, partial throttle. Now we still can't see the other straightaway and we're already at 50% throttle. We're trying to roll the center really well and we have a lot of wheel in it. So we're going to be patient with the throttle and straighten the wheel up. And now we're just going to drive straight up at the wall essentially. We're just going to straighten the wheel up and go kind of right at that little stand right there. Same thing here. It's going to be before the shadow on 3 and 4. So we're already at 45, almost 50% brake coming in. We're using up as much of the track as possible. We're up against the wall and we're going to come in. And again, we're letting off the brake. We're kind of stabbing it at first. Not too hard. We don't want to lock up the wheels, but we're just driving down to that white line. I'm a little slower in 3 and 4, but they also might not be identical turns either. We're down on that white line. That's when we're getting off the brake and we're getting back on the gas. So less brake, and now we're back on the throttle. We're rolling center, and we're working on 50%. We can kind of see down the straightaway now through the driver's side window. Let's see when we get all the way up to half throttle here. So yeah, it's very similar to 1 and 2. We're picking up half throttle before the apex, most likely. Let's see. Yeah, probably a little after the apex. Picking up throttle, and then we're just straightening the wheel up, and we're driving up to the wall. We're kind of doing both at the same time. You can watch this go up as this straightens out. Almost like in unison you can see like this one will go up and then this one comes up a little bit. It comes up slowly. See how they both go up like that. And then as soon as I'm willing to straighten up the wheel, I'm flooring it. and that's going to be your qualifying lap. I did it on the first lap on here. I also ran similar times when running it on the second lap. Do whatever's comfortable for you. Some people might say to, you know, definitely always do it on the second lap, but tires didn't slip. I was able to use up the right front, I feel like, a little bit more on on the entry of both 1 and 2, so, or I'm sorry, on 1 and 3, so. And then let's get into the race here. I did a long run here. So here we're really just, let's see, we can get like a chase. There we go. So here we're just gonna be using this low line the entire time, using up all the track, unloading the wheel, and trying not to use as much, trying to use the least amount of right front as possible. Just driving it up to the wall and all the way down to the white line. I didn't nail that every single time. This was kind of me doing like a 30 lap sprint sort of. This, I believe, is a 50 lap race, so it might even be more than that, honestly. Let me see. Quick thing, if you don't have the iRacing app, get that. The iRacing companion app is really useful to be able to figure out what races are upcoming, and I actually just really like it. So let's see, schedule Southern National 60 laps, and it's going to be a night race. So this is definitely what to expect. Be ready to run 60 laps. It's going to be exciting, but anyway, back to the tips, or just the thoughts here. Every race that I've ever run here on any car, in any car, is pretty much the bottom line is dominant. There isn't really much of a top line. Maybe with the oval refresh that we had a few months ago, maybe you'll see folks move up a little bit to the second line, but I really don't see that happening a ton. I feel like that's going to use up a lot of tire. Like right here, this is going to use up more tire. It's not quite as fast. It's okay to kind of cut down and kind of have a wider entry and then cut down and have a low exit, but I just don't see that really happening. One thing that's really, really important is to not spin your tires on exit. If you do that and you're not used to doing that, we haven't run a short track in this series in a while now. If you spin your tires on the exit, it is very likely that you spin out on entry of the next corner. You have to take it easy. We can look through the laps right here. You can see all of these times that I started over. These are all me pushing it as hard as possible, sliding a little bit, and then me spinning out on entry. It's so easy to do. So if you spin your tires on exit, take it easy. Maybe give up a little track position. Make your entry a lot sooner. Get on the brake sooner. Get on the brake easier. And just try to roll through that next corner. Take the next few corners really easy. It's tough to get that temperature to cool down in those tires. It's unmanageable if you end up getting them super hot. So that is key. But those are just some things that have helped me in the past. 14.4 is probably not an alien level lap time, but it should be pretty good to qualify up front. So I expect this to be a really fun race, but I hope these things help. And again, this is just one guy on the internet to everybody else that is taking a look and trying to get better at this. So I hope that helps, and hope to see y'all out there. Thanks for watching.